Hello class. I'll be handing out your term 1 report cards.
How did I let this happen again?
Let's go, shake class again, bro.
How did you get such high marks, Morris?
Because Morris hands his homework every day and studies regularly.
Whatever, I'd rather watch TikTok and Instagram.
Let's join the study group on Morris needs. And you should join because Davey's also in there for procrastination and is helping to reduce procrastinating.
So Rosa, do you know much about the topic of procrastination?
Not really.
No worries, I'll explain the topic. Procrastination is the act of putting off a task, usually past the deadline, in favor of doing something more enjoyable in the moment.
That sounds a lot like what I've been doing.
Procrastination is a massive problem for young people and negatively affects their lives, as well as making you stressed, which is why we should stop procrastinating.
What exactly are the methods to help me stop procrastinating?
One of the methods is called the Pomodoro timer. The Pomodoro timer is a method that splits working into 25 minutes of focus, then has a break for 5 minutes. After, this allows your brain to stay in the high parts of the focus curve and keep you working efficiently. Also, you use the timer in the shape of a tomato. Why don't you try that?
I find that this method doesn't suit me very well because when I take the 5-minute break, I feel like I lose the momentum I had for focusing for the 25 minutes. Are there any other methods you recommend?
Haley, why don't you share one that you use?
Okay, I like to remove distraction when I work. Removing distraction creates a distraction-free zone, helping you stay on track and focus better when you're on task. It minimizes stress and builds a calm and peaceful environment to work.
I find that this study technique doesn't really work for me because I don't like to be isolated when I study. Do you have any other techniques I could use?
You can ask Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, would you like to share a technique that you use to stop procrastinating?
Of course, I like eating frogs.
What?
Eating the frog technique that helps people focus on tough tasks by completing the harder ones first. Identify your most challenging task and tackle it first. If you have 2, tackle the bigger one first. Doing this technique will decrease your anxiety towards a massive amount of work.
I find that this technique doesn't really work well for me because I'd rather start with the easiest task first rather than the hardest one. Are there any more techniques?
I have one more technique, which is breaking down the task into simpler steps. This technique involves breaking down a large and overwhelming task into a simpler and more manageable one, making it less overwhelming.
Wow, this method really works for me. It makes the task a lot less overwhelming. Thank you. My grades have improved significantly. Thank you, everybody. I couldn't have stopped procrastinating without you guys.
You're very welcome.
Remember, getting into the healthy habit of not procrastinating can also help you in the future.